Welcome to Hank's Place, where we love to speak of Jesus Christ and his finished work at Calvary. So many people in the church today battle with giants of depression and anxiety, of stress and a plethora of mental issues. Recently, I read a little booklet by Pastor Louis Giglio, pastor of Passion City Church out of Atlanta, Georgia. In the booklet, he admitted to a huge battle with anxiety, to the point of which for a time he could not function. But by the grace of God, the Lord showed him a way out of this great valley of darkness which nightly had engulfed him. He was led to Numbers chapter 13. That's where Israel is about to enter the promised land. But before they do, they come face to face with a big problem: giants, literally giants. And the scripture says, "And we were like grasshoppers in our sight and in their sight as well." Verse 33. In fear, they turned back from the word of the Lord, and they ended up perishing apart from Joshua and Caleb. Now, that's sad, but there's another instance of giants in Scripture that I'm sure you're familiar with: David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17. The big difference: although Goliath loomed larger than life before David, David saw his God in front of the giant, much, much bigger. Back in Numbers, the Israelites saw the giants in front of their God. And God looked so small, like the way the moon can eclipse the sun, the tiny moon and the huge sun. So the revelation that came to Pastor Giglio was that no matter what giant he, or we for that matter, might be facing, it's time to choose, that's faith in action, to move our God between the giant and ourselves. Really, God is much, much bigger than any and all giants put together. So there's nothing to fear in this, my friend. So you might ask, well, how do I do that? Well, one way is through worship, to magnify the Lord through worship. Worship is found everywhere in Scripture. And although our giants may be determined to kill us, we can still put to song, for example, Psalms 118:17. I will not die, but live, and I will proclaim what the Lord has done. You see, the enemy wants us, with our mouths, to keep telling everyone how powerful the anxiety is, and the fear, and how big the debts are, and how great our lack is, and how incurable is our sickness. But we can choose to exercise the faith that we've been given and put our eyes upon Jesus and speak of God's might and make that giant sing along. Soon the giant will shrink down to nothing. Not because I say so, but because God is greater and he says so. So today, my dear friend, magnify the Lord with me, and you know what? You'll come alive.